Class 11th, subject physics, 8th chapter, sound. From the chapter, let us see some of the formulae. First formula gives velocity, which is given as velocity is equal to distance upon time. Velocity equal to distance upon time. But in case of sound wave, distance covered is considered as wavelength and time as the period of the wave, and therefore velocity will be given as wavelength upon period. Wavelength upon period, and therefore velocity phi equal to wavelength lambda upon period t, that is phi equal to lambda by t, which is written as n lambda. Phi equal to n lambda, since frequency equal to reciprocal of period, that is 1 by period, that is n is equal to 1 by t. So as n is equal to 1 by t, therefore phi will be equal to n lambda, that is velocity equal to frequency into wavelength. Then second formula gives the speed of transverse wave on stretched string. So when the transverse waves are produced on a stretched string, its velocity phi is equal to square root of t by m. Phi is equal to square root of t by m, where t is the tension in the string, and m is equal to m by l, that is mass per unit length of the string. Then third formula gives Newton's formula for speed of sound in air. Which is given as phi is equal to square root of E by rho. Where E is constant of elasticity and rho is the density of air. Then phi will be written as phi equal to square root of p by rho. This constant of elasticity is taken as atmospheric pressure P, and therefore Newton's formula is given phi is equal to square root of p by rho, which will be further written as square root of HdG upon rho, where this HdG represents atmospheric pressure, in which H is height of mercury column at the sea level, D is density of mercury, G is acceleration due to gravity, and rho will be the density of air. Then fourth formula gives Laplace's formula for speed of sound in air. Which is given as phi equal to square root of gamma p upon rho. Phi is equal to square root of gamma p upon rho, where gamma is equal to Cp by Cv, whose value is 1.41. So this gamma is the ratio of two specific heat capacities, that is specific heat capacity at constant pressure to the specific heat capacity at constant volume. And therefore Laplace's corrected formula is phi is equal to square root of gamma p by rho. Then fifth formula gives the effect of temperature on speed of sound in air. Which is given as phi upon phi 0 equal to square root of t by t0. Phi by phi 0 equal to square root of t by t0, where phi 0 is the velocity of sound at temperature t0 and phi is the velocity of sound at temperature t. That is, from this relation we can write velocity is directly proportional to square root of temperature, that is phi is proportional to root t. Then for T degree Celsius rise in temperature, velocity phi is given as phi equal to phi 0 plus 0.61 into t. Phi is equal to phi 0 plus 0.61 into t. Then sixth formula gives effect of humidity, that is moistness, on speed of sound in air. So the effect of humidity on speed of sound in air is given as Pm upon Pd equal to square root of rho d upon rho m. Pm upon Pd equal to square root of rho d upon rho m, where Pm is velocity of sound in moist air or humid air. Pd represents velocity of sound in dry air. Rho d is the density of dry air and rho m is the density of moist air, and therefore Pm upon Pd equal to square root of rho d by rho m, or from this relation we can write that is velocity is inversely proportional to square root of density, that is phi proportional to 1 by square root of rho. Then we will go for next formula, that is seventh formula gives loudness of sound in terms of decibel. Loudness of sound in decibel, that is LdB equal to loudness in decibel, LdB equal to 10 log I by I0 to the base 10. 10 log I by I0 to the base 10, where I0 will be the initial intensity, I will be the final intensity. Then eighth formula gives the resultant intensity I of two intensities I1 and I2. If there are two intensities I1 and I2 for two waves, and when there is mixing of these two waves, at that time the resultant of I1 and I2, that is I, will be given as I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1 I2. I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1 I2. We know that the relation, that is intensity, is directly proportional to square of amplitude. I is proportional to a square. Then we will go for next formula, that is inverse square law of distance. So in case of sound waves, the inverse square law of distance will be given as, for sound it is I proportional to 1 by r square, that is intensity of sound is inversely proportional to square of distance. Then 10th formula gives Doppler effect in sound. Doppler effect in sound, that is which gives the apparent change in frequency of sound, that is n is equal to n0 into phi plus minus phi l upon phi minus plus phi s, where n represents apparent change in frequency, n0 represents frequency, that is original frequency of sound, phi is velocity of sound in air, phi l is velocity of the listener, and phi s is the velocity of the source of sound. And therefore n is equal to n0 into phi plus minus phi l upon phi minus plus phi s. When there is relative motion between the listener and the source, at that time, if the listener and the source are moving towards each other, that is they are approaching each other, at that time the upper signs will be used, that is at the numerator it will be plus, at denominator it will be minus, and therefore formula will be n is equal to n0 into phi plus phi l upon phi minus phi s. On the other hand, if the listener and source are moving away from each other, that is they are going away from each other, at that time the lower signs will be used, that is at the numerator it will be minus, and at denominator it will be plus, and therefore formula will be n is equal to n0 into phi minus phi l upon phi plus phi s. So these are some of the formulae for different quantities in case of sound.